All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're exploring one of the absolutely most fascinating narratives from ancient Indian scripture. I was completely captivated by this profound mystery of a deity who was actually offered ultimate heavenly bliss and yet literally turned it down. We're going to look at exactly why Hanuman Ji refused Vaikuntha and the secret behind his choice to remain here on Earth during the Kali Yuga. The reasons behind this choice aren't just mythological, they honestly completely redefine what it means to be devoted.
So think about it. Are there any living gods walking the earth with us today? Usually, when we think of divine beings, we picture them way up there, right? Residing in some distant, untouchable cosmic realm. But the source texts we're examining today paint a completely different picture. They speak of a continuous, living presence. They suggest that absolute divinity isn't just locked away in the heavens, but is actually right here, breathing the exact same air as us, participating in our daily world. And right at the very center of this belief is the towering yet incredibly humble figure of Hanuman Ji.
Section 1. The Living Gods of Kali Yuga, Scriptural Evidence of Immortals.
Okay, let's dive into this. To really understand Hanumanji's unique status, the source texts first point us to the Chiranjeevis. That's a Sanskrit term for 7 immortal, or incredibly long-lived beings. Now, looking at this list, which includes some really mighty warriors and sages like Ashwathama, King Bali, Vyasa, Vibhishana, Kripa, and Parshurama, you start to realize something super fascinating. While most of these figures were granted immortality as, say, a consequence of a curse or a strict cosmic duty, Hanumanji's eternal presence was not a technicality. It was a deeply personal, active choice rooted in pure love.
And this really shifts how we understand time in these epics. So, to put this into perspective, in Hindu cosmology, time is divided into distinct eras called yugas. When divine avatars like Lord Rama in the Treta Yuga or Lord Krishna in the Dwapar Yuga finished their earthly missions, they kind of packed up and returned to their heavenly abode, Vaikuntha. Basically, they came, they conquered, and they left. But Hanumanji, he stayed. He remained right here on Earth continuously, literally bridging the massive gaps between these cosmic ages.
In fact, notice this specific line highlighted from the incredibly popular hymn, the Hanuman Chalisa. It says, "Your glory spans all 4 yugas." The text isn't just saying his legacy survived, it's saying he survived. It's a direct scriptural acknowledgement that while other deities came and went, Hanumanji has maintained a completely unbroken physical presence throughout the entirety of human history. He's like the constant thread running through the whole tapestry of time. Section 2. Refusing Vaikuntha, the emotional core of the narrative.
But you might be wondering, why stay behind in a world filled with chaos and suffering when you could be chilling in eternal paradise? Well, the texts vividly describe the emotional climax of Lord Rama's time on Earth. Picture this. Lord Rama enters the Sarayu River to ascend to heaven, and he is being incredibly inclusive here. He takes everyone from the kingdom of Ayodhya with him, animals, citizens. He even goes so far as to create a completely separate, special Vaikuntha just for a local washerman who had previously doubted him. Rama ensures absolutely no one is left behind. Well, no one except Hanumanji. While this massive cosmic ascension is happening, Hanumanji voluntarily separates himself, just quietly sitting on a watchtower in the city.
So Lord Rama, obviously noticing his greatest devotee is missing, calls out to him. And what follows is just an incredibly intimate and revealing dialogue. Lord Rama says, "Hanuman, let's go to Vaikuntha. It's time." But instead of blindly following, Hanumanji pauses and asks a really simple, probing question. He says, "Lord, what exactly happens in Vaikuntha?" I mean, imagine the tension. Here is a devotee directly questioning the very nature of ultimate paradise, right to his Lord. Lord Rama smiles, of course, and replies with the ultimate promise. He says, "I am there." Now, for any other soul, being in the eternal presence of the divine is the entire point of heaven. But Hanumanji follows up with a condition that totally redefines devotion. He asks, "But is there Ram Katha? Are your stories told and sung there? Because if there is no Ram Katha, I don't want to go." For Hanumanji, a heaven without the celebration, the singing and the storytelling of his Lord's earthly deeds was simply not heaven at all. It was just an empty paradise. Section 3. The Secret of Ram Katha, the spiritual logic of Earth. And this brilliantly illustrates that Hanuman didn't just stay behind out of sheer stubbornness. Reading through the sources, I realized he actually cracked a sort of cosmic loophole.
He knew Earth offered a superior spiritual experience, and this ancient Sanskrit verse proves it. Yatra yatra Raghunath Kirtanamam. Roughly translated, it means, wherever Lord Rama's name is chanted or sung, Hanuman is present there with folded hands and tear-filled eyes. That is the foundational rule of his existence. He essentially made a deal that tethered his omnipresence to the stories of his Lord. He isn't just randomly wandering the earth. He is magnetically drawn to the vibration of devotion.
So look at the brilliant earthly advantage he's secured here. If he went up to Vaikuntha, he'd just have the static presence of the Lord. But by staying on earth, he gets both. He gets the continuous spiritual connection to Lord Rama, and he gets the dynamic communal joy of listening to Ram Katha, the music, the tears, the absolute devotion of the people. From his perspective, Earth actually is the ultimate paradise because it's the one place where the stories of love are kept alive.
Section 4. Mother Sita's immortal boon, the origin of his earthly stay.
But how exactly did he get the physical capability to stay on Earth forever in the first place? Well, the source material takes us back in time, prior to Rama's departure, to his dangerous mission in Lanka. Hanuman Ji finally locates the captive Mother Sita. Overjoyed by his incredible service and dedication, she decides to bestow upon him the greatest boons imaginable. She blesses him to be unaging, and she blesses him to be completely immortal. Now, most beings would be doing backflips at the promise of living forever with endless youth, right? But what does Hanuman Ji do? Nothing. He remains completely silent. He is entirely unenthused. The scripture captures her exact words from the Cindercand. May you be immortal, unaging, and a treasure of virtues, my son. It's an absolutely incredible blessing, and it verifies his Chiranjeevi status. Yet, as the texts point out, having an immortal body meant absolutely nothing to Hanuman Ji if that body didn't have a clear purpose. Living forever is really just endless time if there's no love to fill it. It was only when Mother Sita realized what truly drove him that she delivered the ultimate blessing. She finally added, Ram will love you deeply. And that was the moment Hanuman Ji was thrilled. He was overjoyed. What you should take away from this is a profound lesson in priorities. For Hanuman Ji, power, eternal youth, and immortality were completely worthless on their own. They were only valuable because they gave him infinite time to experience the love and devotion of his Lord.
Section 5. Hanuman Ji Among Us, the Modern-Day Encounters. And this incredible dedication isn't just locked away in the ancient past. The historical accounts insist he is actively still here with us. A famous anecdote perfectly captures this. The great 16th century poet Tulsi Das, who was desperately seeking the divan, was actually told by a ghost where to find Hanuman Ji. The ghost said, go to a local Ram Katha. Look for the person who arrives before everyone else and who is the very last to leave. Tulsi Das went, and hidden all the way in the back, disguised as a frail leper, was Hanuman Ji, just quietly weeping in devotion to the stories. When Tulsi Das fell at his feet, Hanuman Ji revealed his true, magnificent form. He literally hides in plain sight, blending in just to listen to the stories he loves so much. So the crucial point is how surprisingly simple it is to connect with this living deity today. You don't need complex rituals. Just chant Lord Rama's name, and he is drawn to it. Recite the Hanuman Chalisa wherever you happen to be. And importantly, as the expert in our source text points out, don't just limit him to Tuesdays, because he chose to stay on Earth continuously. All 7 days of the week belong to him. You will find him wherever devotion is genuine and wherever the stories of Rama are told. It really completely changes how you view these stories, doesn't it? Absolute heaven was offered, but earth was chosen, all for the sake of devotion. So I'll leave you with this thought. Knowing that he flat out refused paradise just to stay here and listen to the stories of his Lord, the next time you take Rama's name or hear a story of his devotion, will you look over your shoulder and feel Hanuman Ji's presence sitting right beside you?